Welcome to another episode of Visionary Club. You know how we do, Oasis and
Prep.
Alright, let's get it in. See, the last week has passed. What we got for this week?
Well, for this week, we're talking about Adam 22 and all the allegations he's going through. So I will let you start it off because you're the one who introduced me to this topic.
I ain't introduced you to no topic, man. Yo, this guy, well, he's been around for a while. Doing this thing, he's making this money and stuff like that, podcasting. As a matter of fact, the first time I even, start watching different podcasters doing their thing, he was one of the top ones I was watching until I found out who he was.
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I know a little bit about him, but what I know of him is just all the sexual allegations. That's all I heard.
Nah, I know him before that.
I know that his wife got drilled by another man.
Okay, that's how he got famous.
That's what I know him for. His wife getting drilled by other people. I barely even watched any of his interview stuff because after I saw Vlad TV, I was like, yo, this is stupid shit. So I don't really watch a lot of that kind of interview stuff. But when I heard about Adam 22, it was only because his wife got drilled.
No, but Adam 22, he was like, what was he like? He like, I don't know, was he skateboarding with BMX or some stupid shit like that, whatever. Yeah, he used to do those kind of things and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, back in the days, he didn't even listen to rap. For him to be like a poster boy for hip hop is like the funniest thing ever.
But it's weird. Is that what his videos are really about?
Nah, man. It started off like that.
Okay, it started off about the hip hop.
No, it was basically him just doing podcasts and things like that. Then after that, he found like a niche where he started bringing in like rappers that were coming up.
Okay.
And like he like kind of grasped to that because it was making his most views. And I forgot the name of his first blow up was Triple X Tekashi. Yeah, he was one of his biggest videos that like he was like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's when it got me into the hip hop culture.
Okay, you know what's so funny?
What?
How you're like the biggest views he got was Tekashi?
No, not Tekashi. What's his name? Tenshin. Oh my god, I forgot his name.
Because all I'm thinking of myself, it was like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Nah, like, fuck that. I don't even talk about that nigga on my channel, man. Like, fuck
but
that.
But it's like, I have no idea who this guy is. Because again, like I said, I didn't really watch this guy.
Okay, yo, let's Google him then.
All right. So, we're going to Google like his...
Hold on, let me pull it up.
What's his name?
Tekashi. Hold on. I thought you was gonna know him.
I don't know. I barely know all these young rappers.
How do you write his name?
You might as well pause it because we really gotta Google this shit now.
It's fine. No pausing.
Okay.
It's
the dude with the X's on his face. He's dead now.
Oh!
Fuck, man.
There's so many of these things there.
You gotta edit all this shit out, guy. What is his name? I don't really listen to him.
It sounds Japanese.
He probably watches anime.
I have no idea who this guy is, really. XX10.
Oh, Tentacion?
Yeah, there we go.
There you go, fuck Tentacion. It's like Japanese and French at the same fucking time, guy. Tentacion. Like Japanese.
Takeshi, bro.
Yo, dude, it's like Japanese and French all at the fucking same time, guy. I was supposed to remember this guy. I don't listen to his music. Yeah, it hit the first time that he ever really blew up. His biggest hit was from him. So that's why he started jumping into the hip hop culture.
Okay. Well,
so, after that, there's like, but he never used to listen to rap before.
Well, see, a lot of people don't have to listen to rap to talk about rap because.
What are you talking about? If you're a type of person that's running a podcast to tell the people about the hip hop industry, how you not a part of it? How does that make sense? Make it make sense.
Okay, here's how you make it make sense. Okay, I make house music.
Okay.
I make music that buys me houses. I don't give a fuck what type of
Okay,
music
yo,
it
dude,
is.
John, yo, you sound so off topic on that one, guy. And yo, you know how I get mad when you have me listening to bullshit. Until at the end of it, I find out it's bullshit.
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't really need to listen to rap to be like, oh, I'm gonna talk about rap.
No. Yeah, you do. No, but it's not rap. It's hip hop.
Okay, even when it comes to hip hop and the whole hip hop culture, you don't necessarily have to listen to hip hop. Like, for instance, what if I listen to the Beastie Boys? Am I still hip hop?
Okay, all right, yo. Let's say you listen to heavy music. I mean, heavy metal.
Yeah,
What could you say about that?
a lot.
Like
I mean,
what?
like, there's a lot of hip hop
What
influence.
they have metal that's heavy?
No, there's a lot of influence of hip hop that's in heavy metal. So
Okay, what influence heavy metal?
So Slipknot has some of the dirtiest bars you can find in death metal. Then you have Insane Clown Posse. That's another one that has insane bars, and yet they're like death metal, and it goes on. Even what is his name? Tech Nine. Tech Nine does a lot of like hard rock, aggressive type of music. So again, you don't have to be hip hop.
You listen to country?
Yes, I do.
What could you say about country?
Country music is really relaxing when you're ready to like sit down and enjoy a day. Like one of my favorite albums. Let me just look it up before I get this name wrong.
Fucking God.
No. Because honestly, when it comes to country music, there's always an album out there for everybody. When it comes to country music, because country music hits you in the weirdest places. Like for instance, you're cooking eggs, right? And then there's gonna be a country song just specifically about cooking eggs. That's what I'm saying. Like. So let me just look up my.
This guy talks like he can never be wrong. He can never be wrong.
I can be wrong. I'm always wrong, okay? But I'm confident in my wrong, so I can always find a right way, okay? Because if you're always right, then you will never know how to improve.
Man, fuck that. Yo, back to 22.
Okay, so back to 22. Anyways, I'm looking at my country album.
You do that.
You continue.
Fucking guy.
Okay, so
Adam 22, I don't really think he belongs in the hip hop scene whatsoever. It got so bad for him, like he brought in the wrong hip hop. He brought in like gangsters and shit like that, but in a legitimate business. And on top of that, it's not like he was in control of his legitimate business. He actually turned it into like a place where like gangsters just chill out and smoke weed and drink and fuck bitches and shit like that. Like. That's like totally fucking retarded. His podcast is literally a chop house.
I get that, but everything is a choice, right? So it's like he built the house.
No. It's not about everything is a choice. What I'm trying to say is that he didn't even know what the fuck he was getting into.
Yeah, okay. So the video you showed me, if you want to bring up the video, it's the first one. It's the long format video. So the video that you showed me, right, kind of shows Case there that like he has a like
This one here? Focus podcast?
No, it's further up. It's
Actually, it's kind of down.
No, it's further up. I already looked it up. So right there, it's that one.
You want to open this?
Yeah, open that one. So in this video there that you sent me there that I took a look at, it goes over some of the topics of like how he infiltrated
Here's how over 2,000 MSPs are closing deals in their
kind
sleep
of like
just by changing
set
the
it up so
corporate
he can be
process.
like the
Look,
ultimate
here's
snitch,
what's really
right?
For years, hip hop fans have
You have
speculated
to
that
understand.
hip-hop
Like,
media
what's a snitch? Somebody's like, he's not a snitch.
No.
He is Adam 22.
No. Go on.
He is Adam 22.
He's the
Like,
snitch.
no, he's not a snitch.
He's a snitch.
No, how is he a snitch? He's
Okay.
not a part of the game.
No.
You're a snitch if you're a part of the game and you telling somebody. He's not a part of the fucking game whatsoever.
No. There's a difference between a snitch and a rat.
He's
A
not,
rat- no,
he's
no,
not
a
a
rat-
rat guy.
no,
He's not doing
no,
none.
no.
He's not doing no criminal activities whatsoever with these guys.
Okay,
he's
no.
not a snitch. He's
Okay.
he's a civilian.
No, he's a snitch.
Just telling.
No, that's it. Okay,
how is he
okay.
a snitch?
Okay, so the difference between a rat and a snitch is
Go ahead.
this.
Oh my God, you gonna tell me what's the
Yes.
difference between a rat and a snitch right
Okay, a rat is a person who's involved with your criminal activities, gets all the information, and then rats you out.
Okay.
Right? A snitch is a person.
now? Or that's an undercover.
No.
Or that's an undercover.
And an undercover is considered a rat. Oh.
No, they're not, guy.
Yeah,
They work for them. They're not considered a rat guy.
No, you are a rat because you like.
Nah,
infiltrated-
hell no. If you work for the fucking DA and your job is to tell on somebody, you're not a rat. You're doing your job.
Yeah, no, but
a rat is somebody
okay.
who's a part of the game that actually goes out of his way to tell them, yo.
Yeah,
I'm Yo, I sell drugs with this guy. But, yo, you know what he doing over there? Yo, that's what he does. But if I go into the game on something like, yo, hey, yo, we need you to find out things. You're not a rat.
Yeah, okay.
That's his job.
Okay. No, but see, that is his job to be a rat, because to be a rat.
No,
hold on. Because to be undercover, you have to infiltrate yourself into the organization. You have to actually abide by the organization rules. So you have to do some criminal activities. Thus, force you're a part of the organization. Then when you get all the information, when you get all the information, and then you tell on them, even if it's your job or not, your official job is to be a rat, because you have to get in there to know what you're talking about.
See, this is why you fucking up. Yo, my job is not to be a rat. My job is to get intel. That's it. That's all.
Exactly. No.
Yo, dude, yo, okay, all right. You're from the streets. You want to call it a rat? That's not a rat to me, guy.
Okay, but that's
I'm doing my job, guy. This is yo, dude. What are you supposed to do? Infiltrate and get intel, dog. Like, yo, dude, was James Bond a fucking rat guy? Like, when he had to go back to like headquarters and tell him like, yo, okay, yo, the nukes are going off there and there.
But no, that's espionage.
Like, no, that's dude, what do you think? No, my nigga, that's what he doing. That's what he doing.
No.
Oh my god!
Because some of the worst criminals known to man, right, is the undercover cops there who knew that they were going to get away with the things that they were doing. Some of the biggest hitmen are actually undercover cops there, because they knew the murders that they were doing were not going to be charged for. So they were doing a lot of murders to get. So again, you're infiltrating.
So what? I'm bad at my job now?
No.
Am I bad at my job? I work for the DA. They give me certain things I can and can't do. I go and do my job. What do you mean I'm a criminal? I'm not a criminal.
Yeah, but see,
you know, in society eyes, I am not a criminal. Yeah, I was just doing my job.
So all in all, right? That is what makes me feel that they're a rat.
They're not a rat.
So a snitch.
Yo, you know what? Yo, fuck all this bullshit, guy, because we're never gonna see eye to eye.
No. So and a snitch is a person who just knows information, who just likes to tell the information. Adam 22, in my opinion,
hold on. A snitch?
A snitch?
A snitch is what?
A person who would just know the information and wants to tell on you. So, for instance, if you're a good Samaritan, and you're like, you saw somebody selling drugs on your corner, right? But you're like, this is illegal, right? And you're a snitch. You're not a rat. You're not really involved in the dealing of the drugs. You don't know who and where the stash house is.
Hold on. What the fuck are you telling me right now?
I'm just saying, like,
if I'm living in the suburbs and I'm raising my fucking family and shit like that, and like I said, my kids to school on the school bus and shit. No, I don't want no fucking drug dealer there.
Exactly.
Now, how am I supposed to get the drug dealer out of there?
You snitch.
Go get mine?
No, you snitch.
That's not a snitch.
You are a snitch.
How are you a snitch?
You're snitching on the people doing crime. Okay, if you pick up the phone and you're like, I don't want drug dealers on the corner of my block, right? And you call police, you're a snitch. You're not a rat, because you don't know the information. You don't know the people.
How can you snitch if you don't know the information?
You know, because you saw it. They sold crack on my block. So you
know the information there?
No. They're
selling crack over there. You know the information there. They're selling crack over there, no?
But the difference between it is that you don't know, you don't know who the boss is. You don't know who's like the generals on the street. You don't know.
Man, you got me fucked up with this one.
Okay. But anyway, circling back to why I was saying Adam 22 is a snitch and not a rat is for the fact that he didn't go out there trying to implement himself into other people's life. He wasn't trying to act like
what I'm trying to say is basically like the whole time he was fucking with the fucking 5-0, and that's why he's not a snitch. He was just doing his job.
Oh, okay. So you're just pretty much saying he was just doing his job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. My whole argument was that he's a snitch, not a rat. There's a difference.
I think he was actually going into the hip hop industry thinking like, you know, this is a nice ways to make money. And a couple of videos within it, yo, they probably approached him and said like, yo, could you get more dumbass niggas to come on this podcast and write themselves out? And he was like, yeah, I'll take that paycheck.
Oh, okay. That I believe, because it's, again, sorry to our editor. I had told him to bring up a video and he took it down. So, you have the video? Okay, you can bring it up the video. Yeah, we're going to play the first minute of it, just to give you guys a sense. The person who made this video, right? The Truth. Don't know this guy. Never really watched any of his content, but
I did. Yo, thank you for your content. Yo, it's really like, yo, it's pretty good. You guys should go check him out.
Yeah. So we're gonna play the first
For
minute.
years, hip-hop fans have speculated that hip-hop media personalities like Vlad TV were secret police operatives. It's been a long-running rumor that Vlad is the feds and that he has been setting up his Vlad TV guests to snitch on themselves, as many rappers have gone onto his platform and incriminated themselves for the world to see. While people like Keefe D snitched on themselves on Vlad's platform, realistically, Keefe D had already snitched on himself in his own book. And although many other rappers have snitched on themselves during interviews, Vlad vehemently denies being an operative. While Vlad might
Right
not
there,
be
you
an
can pause it
agent,
right there.
Reese
See, that's why I feel like a lot of the arguments being Vlad TV, because I do know what Vlad TV and Adam 22 being working with the feds and all this kind of information. First of all, no true criminal goes on any recording device and talks about their criminal activity. Period. Okay, you don't see the triads, you don't see the mafia, you don't see the cartels, you don't see anybody else sitting up on a fucking interview talking about what they used to do. Period. Okay.
Used to do or doing.
Exactly. Right? So if you're gonna go on any show and talk about your criminal activities, you're the dumb one.
Yeah, but it still doesn't mean that Adam 22 is a snitch. How is he snitching? They're snitching on themselves.
No, but like me saying he's a snitch is him going behind doors now. Because
What door did he go behind?
Okay, the allegations of him trying to build up a case for some of these people is why I'm saying he's a snitch. There's a difference between like, oh, you ratted yourself out and like it's just there now as evidence. You did it to yourself. Then there's the allegations of him saying he's going behind doors and he's trying to get certain people locked up.
No, he's not. What do you hear that?
Yeah, you can play it.
Let's go to the
Recently,
video.
one media personality has been exposed for being an agent all along, with his platform playing a role in the demise of his co-host and many others in the urban community. That man is Adam 22, and his No Jumper platform was just cited in a criminal indictment, bringing down several gang members in LA.
Boom.
Hey guys,
Ah.
I hope...
That right there.
That
Okay?
right there what?
Right. For them to talk about they're getting an indictment for his channel so they can get all the information and stuff like that, and for him to actually work alongside the.
What was he supposed to do? What is he gonna do?
Okay, first of all,
What was he supposed to do? No, you can't get that. These are my homies.
yeah.
I'm 60 Crip. That's what he's supposed to say.
Okay, he's not supposed to say
What the
that.
fuck he gonna say then?
Okay, but that's why he's a snitch.
How is he a snitch? He's a civilian. What do you want? Oh
Exactly.
well, you have rights to these videos. Oh well, here you go.
But it's like, you're kind of proving my point that he's a snitch
How is he a snitch?
because he's telling on people.
He's not telling on nobody.
Yes, he is.
He just
There's the evidence of the video evidence of them admitting to stuff on camera, right? And then there's the backdoor evidence of like locations, whereabouts, associations, all of that. Now that's the information Adam 22 has. Again,
evidence.
exactly. It's the hard evidence. Like where were they located? Who drove up with you? How many people were rolling? What color coordinations were they? All of this is allowing the police officer to build a better case. The RICO charge alone. This is why when any of these people show up talking about they are affiliated with any gangs, it's a stupid thing to say.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not a snitch. The only people
No, but like
that is snitching on Adam 22 is themselves.
no, they do some of it, but he has to have the rest of the information to back it up.
Like, what is it? Okay, you're owning the company, right?
Yeah,
You run your company, right?
yeah.
We have reasons to check your equipment and your stuff.
Yeah.
As it is a legitimate company, what are you supposed to say to the police?
What's your reasons for checking my equipment, and why do you want to know?
Oh, we got a court paper that said that we can't.
Okay, even if you have a court paper saying you can't, why?
Doesn't matter why.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why.
Yo, you could say why, whatever. After
Yeah.
they get the court paper, I don't pretty much think that you could say like, you can't hand it over.
Yeah, but you don't have to be compliant with it either.
No, you don't. Okay, be compliant with it.
But that's what he did. He was compliant with it. He gave them everything plus more.
What more did he give him?
His co-host got
one?
caught up. Did you not just hear that? It's not like just random people. His co-host got caught up in this. Okay? This is where I'm saying like it's not just, okay, these people are ratting themselves out. It's It's him giving way more information than he needs to give for them to make sure they can get the case going the way they want it to go.
Yeah, but like the only reason, I can't say the only reason. It's probably some money behind it. They're probably paying them too.
Yeah.
But like one of the reasons about it is like, yo, you're indicting them. They're getting RICO charges. Yo, to be honest with you, I don't really know him like that, so he won't get caught up with the RICO charges. Because RICO is a hell of a thing, man. A lot of people go and get caught up with the RICO charges just to be in the same room with the same dude.
Yeah, but like, okay.
You think Adam 22 is gonna want to get caught up with that? He's gonna get raped in jail, dog.
You might like it.
Yo.
All the shit I heard about him.
Okay, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Okay, so it's like
we're not doing that.
So if you go further into the video, right, he goes and talks about all the other things that he was talking about when it comes to the people he interviewed, his co-host, and all the information he.
But he said it himself. He tried to like help the streets by actually involving gangsters within his corporation.
No, he didn't try to help them.
No. That's what he says. He's like, I'm some sort of fucking savior or some bullshit. Like, yo, dude, that's exactly what he said. Not exactly, but like, yo, pretty much it's like, yo, he's giving them jobs.
No, like, okay, you like, for instance, you put somebody on, let's say, the incident between two rappers. You put them on. The minute you put them on, the first thing you tell them is you have to stop the street shit. You can't do both.
Yo, dude, he's Adam 22. What the fuck does he even know about the streets?
No.
Whoa. All he knows is basically this is what the people want to see. Why do you think people be like getting in fights in the studio and shit like that? Because that's what people click on. You think he's gonna say no? I don't want clicks.
Okay, to our audience watching, would you rather us talk or us fight? Okay, because it's like I feel like there's a difference between like engaging with your audience and showing them certain things that you like, and then going for the lowest denominator of entertainment and giving people just fights and bullshit talks about gangster life. Because everybody
he's doing the thing again. He's doing it again.
I'm doing what?
You're doing that fucking thing. Like you expect people to actually like listen to the shit that you're saying right now. I'm telling you.
Why would they watch this?
If you want to crash out and actually be a top YouTuber, do something stupid. People are gonna fucking watch that shit, guy.
Nah. I don't believe that. I will quote Kai Cenat. Sometimes you just have to make the decision and leave it up to God. Fuck that shit. All right.
We believe in God now.
Well, God's good. But like straight up, there we go. Okay, God did, but like nah, like sometimes you gotta like stand on what you believe in, type of thing. Like Kai Cenat was offered millions of dollars to join Kick, then leave Twitch. Did he do that? No, he stayed on Twitch.
Okay, all right. Ask Kai Cenat before he became big. What would he have done?
He would have stayed on Twitch. Do you really want to get corruptions of the Kick stuff?
Yo, dude, you're trying to tell me when Kai Cenat. Yo, as a matter of fact, I hope Kai Cenat sees this. I want you to honestly ask yourself this question and honestly give me the answer to this question. Before you became big on YouTube, before your 50,000 subscribers, you're trying to tell me if you had an opportunity to join Kick for like, let's say $1 million to $2 million contract, you would have not done that.
I believe in you and Kai. I don't think you would have done it.
Shut the fuck up,
you believe in yourself.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm talking bullshit. No, don't listen to him.
No.
Honestly,
from the days where roaches were crawling in his house to the fame he has now, okay? Kai has always been one of the realists.
Yo, to be honest with you, I think he would have joined Kick, found out what it was, became big on Kick, then left Kick, and kicked it out with his life. That's what he would have done. But then again, when it's coming to contracts at the beginning of your career, you would do some dumb shit. It gets you into trouble, man.
Nah, not me. Like right now, if we got a contract to try to like work with somebody I don't want to work with, I'm not doing it. If I try to
dude, because we're different. Because we don't really give a fuck about like the whole fame and things like that, guy. I'm not trying to like live a lifestyle. Like I'm not doing living in LA to be a podcaster thing. People are moving out of their countries, like leaving their towns, leaving their cities to go to LA to be a YouTuber. What the fuck is that, guy? How am I gonna be myself if I'm like moving to LA to like be a YouTuber?
Adam 22 did it.
Yo, did he? No, he was always in LA.
Yeah.
Where's he from then?
I don't know where he was from, but all I know is that he's posted in LA. So I'm like, we're good.
Cause yo, those guys don't know about the grind. They're dick hoppers. Like, you try to jump on the biggest dick that's there to level you up.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
Like, yo, fuck that guy.
But let's bring it back to why Adam 22 is a piece of shit.
Ain't nobody, yo, he is a piece of shit, obviously, but he's not a snitch.
Please play the video.
All as well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the no jumper Rico. Let's get right into it.
How is he a snitch?
The Forex.com app. Use one swipe trading to enjoy lightning fast trading wherever you are, offering advanced trading view charts and analyst tools with real-time trade and order alerts. Trade anytime, anywhere, with access to full account management features.
Since the first video I made on Adam 22, I have pointed out the fact that Adam isn't who he seems to be. Think about it. An outsider who isn't from the culture ends up popping up out of nowhere in the 2010s and becomes the head of the biggest hip-hop platform in LA. A man who clearly didn't grow up listening to hip-hop or had any love for it managed to grow one of the biggest hip-hop platforms in LA in the center of gang culture. While so many people watch Adam 22 and think he's a goofball, what they don't know is that Adam is directly connected to some very powerful people.
All about the money.
As I revealed long ago, Adam 22 is the son of Philip J. Grand Mason. The reason this is important
no racist man would have done that shit.
Actually worked for former President Bill Clinton. In fact, they were great friends, with Philip and his son Adam hanging out at Clinton's home on many occasions. Adam's father and Bill Clinton.
The reason that's so suspect right there is because Bill Clinton was associated with Epstein, and he has flown on Epstein's allegedly plane many of times and had trips with him many of times. So for Adam 22 to be associated,
still doesn't make him a snitch, dog. Like, what do you?
No. This is to kind of show the credibility of his character. Okay.
Man, like, fuck his character. Everybody knows his character is a piece of shit.
No, yeah, but like this, because of this video, we're giving more evidence of why he's a piece of shit. Okay?
That's what we're doing right now. No, but okay, wait. I'm the only person that knows he's a piece of shit.
Like I said, all I know of Adam 22 is that his wife got fucked by another man. That's all I know of this guy.
Oh, dude, Adam's a piece of shit. Like, yo, dude, he's all I'll break it down to anybody right now. If you're a type of guy that's always about your money, you're a piece of shit. It's that simple. If your only mentality is like how to get the bag and how to get money, you are a piece of shit. It's that simple.
So, okay, you asked that question. Kevin, how do you feel about that?
If the only thing that you could think about when you wake up is how to get that money, you are a piece of shit. And anybody that wants to say something about that, trust me, I got a rebuttal for that. If you wake up in the morning just like, yo, I gotta get this money, I gotta get this, you're a piece of shit.
Okay.
Cause the stuff that you would do for money, you're basically a fucking whore.
Okay,
you're a hoe.
Okay.
If you're a dude, a girl, and all you think about is money, you're a whore. Because there's a price where another nigga could take your ass. There's a price. There's always going to be a price on that. If you think about only money, trust me, you could get fucked for that, and you'll take it.
The diddler.
Dead ass. I'm looking, dead ass. Literally, your ass would be dead for that cash.
Oh gosh. Oh, so pretty much we all now know Adam 22 is an asshole. Okay. If you pull up the second video, because I thought you were trying to showcase more of like other points of view of Adam 22. All right, it's all the way at the bottom, the last video right there. Yeah. Right.
So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought, Big, you gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yeah.
And 30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yo, hold up. Yo, pause this. Hold up. Wait. So you trying to say right now, Whack 100 a snitch too?
He is. This motherfucker trying to get him to clearly say.
Oh, so hold on. Look at it. Yo, dude. If you look at his, Whack 100, he's not even trying to make him snitch. He's trying to make him use the right words. Look at his face. He's like, yo, he's not even looking at him. He's looking at his mouth. Dog.
Exactly.
Like, look at it.
So
look at his face.
Like, you heard him? So you're telling me Big U hit you up with the information too early? Yeah, I think so.
No. Hold on. Blood. But too early, you talking about like 30 minutes or 20 minutes?
Yeah, but like, this is,
yo, Whack 100. Now he a snitch.
He looks like an informant.
No. What? No. Adam 22, not a snitch. Why? He ain't part of this shit.
He is a snitch.
Yo, hold on.
Okay.
Adam 22 is not a snitch. He ain't part of this shit. He over here trying to get views and probably getting paid in the back and shit like that. You see, Whack 100. Now that's a snitch because he over here trying to like indict niggas and shit like that. Cause he ain't part of the game. He act like he a part of the game. He ain't part of the game no more. Whack 100 is not part of the game. He's totally fucking legal. Now he's using what he knows from the streets to actually make him some more money. But you a snitch because you know what the fuck is really going on in that conversation right there.
No, but that makes him a rat, not a snitch.
No, okay, yeah, that make him a rat.
Because again,
he a rat because he an OG too.
Yeah, but so because it's like, what platform is he on? Adam 22.
No. Adam 22 is not a snitch.
You know what?
He just a white boy that's trying to make some money.
Okay, so I feel like
you a fuck nigga. Though. I'm trying to tell you, like I said before, any nigga just that will fuck over another dude's life. He a fuck nigga. He definitely like he the type of person like you don't stay in the room too long with him.
Okay, so to our audience, please leave a comment whether you believe Adam 22 is a rat or a snitch. I believe or
he just another dude trying to make another paycheck.
Yeah,
because he do not give a hell crap about. No
I believe he's a snitch. Brother believes he's an asshole, a piece of shit, but he's not a rat or a snitch. He's just trying to get that money. So leave a comment.
All right.
So
let's really find out who win this one.
Fuck. Oh gosh.
As a matter of anyways, guy. To be honest with you, I don't even. You know why I don't really blame Adam 22? It's because them niggas that be going on his podcast and doing what the fuck that niggas be doing, y'all stupid.
No, but
I hate niggas. I hate niggas just because of that. Okay, what?
Okay.
Dude, like
okay, because it's like, first of all, I'm gonna just say, like, please don't use the word hate like that, because hate is a powerful word. And
I hate y'all.
That means you love them.
Yo, dude.
Hate and love is on the same coin.
No, dude. I'm a gangster, right? When you're in the street.
Allegedly.
No, okay. Well, anyways, if I'm in the streets doing my biz, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things that happens in the streets that you just gotta take care of. That's it. It could be good, it could be bad, whatever it is, you take care of it. Some of that shit that you gotta do in the streets, you can't really like talk about it.
Exactly.
But like, I'm starting to believe the new members of this new gangster era is not even about taking care of business. It's about taking care of business and showing the world, like, look what I did. Yeah, those two don't fucking mix, guys.
That's the difference between, like, when it comes to, like, my opinion on a lot of the black community when it comes from their criminal aspects. Is that
you mean niggas?
No.
You see, this is the problem. I'm not gonna put these. I'm not putting these niggas in the black community. They're not in a part of the black community.
No.
We trying to accept them?
No, I'm
not accepting them.
I'm not saying I'm accepting or not accepting them. What I'm trying to say is that, like, if we're gonna be a community, we have to accept the good, the bad, and the ugly with it. Okay, we can't just say, like, okay, these great people are just our community, and the rest of them is just fuckheads. Okay, you're trying to talk as if we live in this, like, class society. We're high class and everybody else is just low class.
No, it's not even about high and low class. These dudes got money. What do you mean high and low class? They chose to be a part of this. You know what they are? They're not just like niggas. They're freaking demons, guy.
Yeah, but like,
they're literally walking demons.
Yeah, but like that's what criminals are, you know. Like
no. There's certain things like just because you committed a crime doesn't mean you're a demon.
No, but
these dudes are demons. It's not about like taking care of business. It's about I took care of business and I want people to fear me because of it.
I feel like this is a topic we should leave for another video because my opinion on like a lot of black communities and the criminal activities that they do stems from a lot of trauma that they deal with in their lives. And as you could clearly see, my brother does not give a shit about any of that and just blames their actions. So
yeah, hell yeah. Dude, it even goes far. It even gets further back from me. Yo, dude, how you living in the fucking hood? Have a child out of a hood that you can't get up. Now picture that. Now think about it. I can't get out of the hood, but I'm gonna have kids in this hood. Make it make sense.
Well, I mean, you gotta reproduce.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Get the fuck out first.
Okay, no. That's what the world is trying to do. Okay, and now we have a low birth rate going on.
I don't give a shit, no. And it needs that though. No,
because then when the low birth rate happens, what do we have? We have a bunch of immigrants coming to the country. They're filling the jobs.
Yo, dude, it's better than having these fucking demons walking around.
Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna talk about this specific topic the way we're talking about it, then let's leave it for another time. So
fuck that. We're talking about it right now.
No. So we could go in depth about it.
No, we can go in depth right now. What the fuck?
No, because it's like, okay, if I'm gonna use any of my information, I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. And it's gonna be random. Sure. And plus, we're getting over 30 minutes.
I don't give a goddamn. Let's go. Let's go. You said you got something?
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna talk about anybody first, you know, as a conversational piece, you have to address the people with respect. You know, give respect to gate respect. Okay. To have a conversation.
Okay.
Right? So calling them the N-word like that and calling them demons and stuff like that for the actions that they chose, it's like they're not gonna want to have a conversation with us if that's what they think we think of them. You know?
No, dude, I don't care if they want to have a conversation with me because, like, I've been around certain niggas like that.
Yeah, but see, I would like to have a conversation with them because if they're willing to go on a platform like Adam 22 and get indicted and get arrested for it, I would at least have them on our show so we can at least hear from their point of view and try to put them in a better light. Okay?
You blew that Jesus thing. Okay, all right.
God is good. God did.
Yo, dude, I seen. Yo, I've been around dudes like this, guy.
Yeah, like.
Yo, I've been around guys like this. They only feel they're alive when they're doing stupid shit like this. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that comes from a place of trauma.
You ever saw the TV show The Wire?
Yeah, that's all trauma.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yo, what was his name? Fuck, I forgot his name. Damn, it's been so long since I watched that show. Martin. When Martin like actually got out of the game and he was like everybody was showing him how to get out of the business and like how to make legal money and stuff like that. He didn't feel alive. He had to go back to the fucking streets and that's what he felt alive.
Okay, but that's just one person. I guess
that's me one person. That's basically all of them.
No, it's like doing a job for so long. That's all you know. Like right now, if I retire from cooking all my life, I would probably feel the same way. Like I can do other things, but that's where I feel alive. Okay,
yeah, and you can leave the titles like, yo, I used to be a chef. Yo, dude, I would still like to be a chef. Now these niggas in the streets now, it's like I'm looking at the situations like, these niggas in the streets right now. I'm looking at the situation where it's like, I used to like extort and like kill dudes. I don't want to leave that. So what is it? What do I call that? We trying to claim it like it's gangster. No, you're a fucking demon, dude.
Yeah, no, but again, that's just coming from a place of trauma. It's like
what trauma did in your life that you said like I had to kill people? And
let's we're not gonna use any of our lives because we didn't go through the type of trauma there that would force us to go into the streets like that hard. But let's use some of the basic trauma you know of from like the West Coast violence. Okay, you grew up on a block. This is your block. You can't cross the street because that's their block and shit like that. They kill our boys. You kill our boys. Back and forth. Mm-hmm. You get born into it now. You're 10, 13 years old. You get indoctrinated into the gangster life. You're part of the gangster life. You saw your best friend get shot. Now you mad. You should. It's trauma. That's all they're doing. They're just handing trauma from one group of people to the next group of people. That's all it is. Because when people are saying like they don't know what to do right with themselves afterwards, it's because that's all they know. All right, it's not like any of them said like, okay, I'm gonna go and make some money and then we're gonna turn it into an investment. They barely know the way to invest their money to make it legitimate. They don't know how to really run a business because it's hard to run a business. Okay, you have to deal with a lot of people, and most gangsters don't like dealing with people. Why? Because they realize their place once they talk to somebody who's more educated, who has a higher status. I'm a gangster. I'm a leader on the streets. But if I go to the bank, this bank teller is going to make me feel so small because I can't get a $10,000 loan. I feel inadequate. Then I go on the streets, take that anger out on the people around me because I want to feel like I'm adequate. Like I'm sufficient enough to be in my, to live my life. So now I'm going to boast around acting like you can't do this on my block. Motherfucker, the government's telling you what you can and cannot do. So make yourself feel big enough, that's what you do on your little block. It's trauma. That's why you have all the issues in Chicago the way it is. That's why gangster mentality is such a detriment to black society. And that's why most rap music is like bullshit. Because you're talking about stuff. 90% of those rappers who are talking that gangster life, talking about shooting up the places and stuff like that, are the people who've never seen that type of action. Because when
like we're living in a time and age where like knowledge is like easy access because of the internet, right?
Yeah.
So in that situation that people are going through, it's like, yo, because not everybody has the heart to be what they are, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't have it in me to become, but like if you don't have it in you to become that, you become a victim to that. So therefore, there's two things that's gonna happen: is either I become that, or I just get like traumatized by that, or I leave.
So you have 3 options.
Why don't you just leave?
It's more difficult.
How is it more difficult?
Some people can't see beyond their borders.
Yeah. Back then, but we have the internet now.
No, even now.
No, see, this is what I'm trying to break it down to you guys. Stop thinking that, yo, your hood is where you were raised and this is all you fucking know. Stop that bullshit, guy.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It comes from a place. Case in point. Remember the time that we were playing, what's the game called again? Brave Fencer Musashi for the PlayStation 1, right? Remember how there was a quest there that we had to go to the inn to talk to somebody, right? But we didn't know what the inn was because we never really traveled with our family, so we didn't know what an inn was. So we actually had to like figure it out. And then we figured out that an inn was just pretty much a motel, right? We felt stupid because we didn't travel the world enough to actually know what that was at that time of our lives, right? That's exactly what gangster life mentality happens, okay? You only see the block. You don't see beyond that because what do you rep? This is my hood. This is my block. This is my street.
Hold on. Even in that fucking game, we still find out we still finish the game, right?
Yeah, we still finished the game.
Okay, all right. These dudes are like in their 50s and still got blood in their hands and want to do it again.
Yeah, but again, like they're 50 years old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, okay, exactly. That's why I say fuck them. No, now what I'm trying to tell you now, you see all the young ones that's growing up, it's like, yo, when you're in that situation, when you're around these dumb fucking niggas, yo, leave. You find a way out. Like, yo, dude, the block belongs to them. Yo, let them have it. Leave. Yeah, go to another country. Go to another state. Go to a better place. Leave them in their fucking toilet bowl.
But they have to wait until they're old enough to get enough money to leave.
Okay, yeah, exactly. That's one. Number 2 is like, yo, hey, you women out here living in that that part of the world where you have to deal with these certain things, stop having fucking kids. If you can't get yourself out, why are you putting your child in that situation?
I mean, like, you could say that. But
I'm not saying that. I'm telling them that.
I mean, like, you could tell them that, but it's not going to change anything. Because what
do you mean? What do you mean? It's just, what the fuck are we doing this for?
Like, we're doing this so we can have a discussion, you know? Like, an open discussion. Like, there's different point of views. You clearly have your point of view. I clearly have my point of view. But the whole point of it is so we can actually have an open discussion about it. Especially when we're doing something like this on the internet about this specific topic. It's very sensitive. You can be the one person who's like, oh, you know what, is this easy? Or you could try to
it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. But when it comes down to it, it's like they act like there's not like a format to really get out of the hood.
Yeah, but like when you're a kid and you're being indoctrinated.
Yo, I'm not talking about those kids. I'm talking about people in their 20s.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, for instance, most people who are hood men, right, started when they're like 10, 12, 13. Right? So by the time you're 20 years old, you've been doing this shit for like 7 years now. You're embedded into this. This is your career now. Okay? You could talk about how you could flip a freaking brick in easy ways and how you can have this connect and that connect and all this kind of stuff. Easy. It's like me now talking menus. I can easily talk menus now because I've been doing it for so many years. indoctrination. And of course, when you're growing up, you see your boys get robbed, shot, this, that, and the other, and you have to like defend yourself. You went to go get a pizza from this pizza shop, and then your ops comes and sees you, and you get like that's trauma. That's just pure trauma. Okay, it's like going to war, right? You come back. What do most veterans have? PTSD. Okay, it's trauma from all the shit they saw. It's the same thing for a lot of these gangsters and wannabe criminals. You saw a whole bunch of shit. I don't
know, maybe I think different because, like, well, when we were living in New York, right?
Yeah.
When I was going to, what was it, high school, not junior high. Well, I was by transaction to high school. Right away, I was like, yo, this is not for me.
Yeah.
What I realized wasn't for me. It wasn't like the classes I picked. The people, the way they were thinking, the mentality. I was like, yo, dude, they're too aggressive. The only time I'm supposed to get aggressive is if I put my life on the line. And if I put my life on the line, somebody's gonna go. It's either me or them. And I was like, yo, dude, I need to get the fuck out of here. That's why I went back to Canada.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like I had that at the age of what?
Yeah, but you had the option of going back to Canada.
Yeah, but if I did not have the option to go back to Canada, I would have been like, yo, I need to move from New York. I probably would have stayed in New York before I started jumping into like the working force. I would have, yo, where am I gonna go work? I'm not staying in fucking New York.
I mean, I think it would have been different if you were born in New York.
You think I would be that ignorant? I would be like one of them?
Because now you're part of New York.
How am I part of New York?
No, okay, like you were born in Quebec, Montreal.
Yeah.
You moved to New York afterwards. So
like,
okay,
I had a foresight of seeing that this shit is bullshit.
Yeah, right? But if you're born in New York and that's the shit you grew up on, that would be our lives. Rolling up on the block, chilling with the boys, doing the shit and whatnot.
No. It's not. No. It's not even like even in the regular working force. It's still kind of fucked up.
What do you mean?
Yo, the way the American New York mentality. Why is everybody so aggressive? Like, dude, I don't want to be raised around these fucking people, guy.
But that's
what?
That's the city life, though.
That's ain't nobody telling me shit when I'm in Canada. What do you mean the city life?
It's the city life. Like the city life has this constant feeling of go. So it's like if you're not with the go, you're slowing me down. So the aggression is not aggression because they think they're hard. The aggression is coming from like, yo, we just got to get this shit done. So get the fuck out of my way if you're not gonna help.
Okay, we say so.
So that's just my opinion.
All right, bet. Okay, all right, bet. I don't know. I don't know why you didn't see New York the way I saw New York. Like, why'd you came back?
I came back because like I couldn't work. I couldn't build a life there.
You got sisters up there. You sure you could get a job? How many girls you had down there? You could have married one of them.
I didn't have a working visa. I couldn't get a part-time job. I couldn't go and have prospects of going to college.
You could have sold drugs.
I am not a criminal because I choose not to be a criminal. Okay?
And what do you mean? You're part of the city life, guy. That's what you do down there.
Yeah, you don't mean that I grew up in the city life, okay? I watch anime. I watch TV shows, okay?
Yeah, you were raised in Rochdale Projects.
Hell yeah. You
were raised in Rochdale Projects. What are you talking about?
Oh, God. This makes me think of a video I saw on the internet of a woman taking a shit.
Okay, no.
Like, she live weights just took a shit on the middle. And what fucked me up was the fact that I knew the background of it. And I was like, yo, that's Rochdale. That's what fucked me up.
So no part of your life you was sitting there be like, yo, man, I need to get the fuck out of here. No.
I mean, like, no matter where.
You just literally told me a story that made it sound like it's nowhere to live over here, you know, with shit like that happening. And no part of a 13, 14-year-old life, you were like, nah, this ain't it.
Again, the only reason was because I couldn't get a job.
That's the only reason. Not because she's taking shits out here that was cool with you. I bet.
No. I saw the shit.
I
saw the shit when I was in Montreal. Okay, I was living here. I watched the video on freaking...
But you was raised around that, you'd be okay with it.
I mean, I'm not raised around it.
No. If you were still in Rochdale Projects...
I would be okay with it because it's not me taking a shit and I don't have to clean it. So
But you in Canada right now. You on some...
in Canada, walking... Okay. What is it? The Atwater underpass. Everybody who lives in Montreal would know exactly what I'm talking about, right? I saw 3 homeless people take a shit on the mirror. So I don't want to hear nothing about it's New York, okay? Because Montreal is nasty as fucking hell with that.
Montreal is nasty as shit like that. This is the reason I don't live in Montreal. He live in Montreal. Yo, dude, when I was talking about, I was trying when I talking about, I was trying to leave the fucking hood. I was trying to leave the fucking hood. I'm telling you, I tell everybody this, like, yo, it was all fun and games and shit like that, but when I had enough money, I fucking left. Okay, what are you talking about? You see where the fuck I live now.
Alright.
Yo, there's no way I was staying in that shit, guy.
Alright. Wrap this one up.
Alright, bet. Well, that's another episode of Visionary Club VC?
Yes,
VC. You know, that's my deduction right there.
Alright. And for any of our community that's watching,
edit that shit out. I'm gonna do it again.
It's live.
Yeah, we're streaming. We're streaming, man. We're live.
There's the fuck all. There's nobody, but like.
We're live.
Okay, good. Yo, so edit that when you try to throw it back.
Okay. What happened to the camera? Are we recording still?
Well, it's recording, but the camera died. So just say your farewell.
All right, this is another episode of VC Visionary Club. Check out next time.
Alright, Spawn Breakler.